So over the past couple of days, there's been this viral video that's been going around of this senator, this politician smoking weed. And I wanted to watch that.
Every 37 seconds, someone is arrested for possession of marijuana. Since 2010, state and local police have arrested an estimated 7.3 million Americans for violating marijuana laws, over half of all drug arrests. Black people are 4 times more likely to be arrested for marijuana laws than white people. States waste $3.7 billion enforcing marijuana laws every year. Most of the people police are arresting aren't dealers, but rather people with small amounts of pot, just like me. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate, and I approve this message.
I saw that, and that's incredible. It's powerful. First off, you have a politician smoking weed. That's unheard of. That would not be seen for forever, for a long time. You know, I think that it's more powerful that a politician is smoking weed on camera and is willing to use that to get votes. It got me talking. It went viral. So I looked him up. I wanted to specifically go over his tweet about it. I hope this ad works not only to destigmatize the use of marijuana, but also forces a new conversation that creates the pathway to legalize this beneficial drug and forgive those who are arrested due to outdated ideology. He's got a very good way of thinking about it. I went to his actual page, got some great stuff. Here, let's watch his.
Everything. I'm Gary Chambers, and I'm running for the U.S. Senate. And I'm asking you to join me on this journey to strategize, organize, and mobilize Louisiana like never before. And remember, there's more of us. I see you at work.
So he's really great, a very good progressive candidate that is running for office in Louisiana. I definitely suggest if you are in Louisiana to help organize or at least donate. He's really cool. He's ran for state senate before and he lost. I have my doubts on it, of course. He's a progressive candidate. Nobody really likes progressive candidates, you know? I think what he's doing is great. Even if he doesn't win his Senate run, something that he did, something that he set a precedent for is incredible. Being able to slowly destigmatize weed, like this is a point. This is definitely a point where it's getting more acceptable for weed to be shown in media. Whether or not he wins the Senate, he still is doing an incredible thing for media. Being able to smoke in front of a camera and it be widely accepted, whether it's gonna hit the TV or not. I mean, there's enough coverage of it on CNN and everywhere else. I think that's what it's more important for, whether or not he wins or not. I think he should win, and I think you should support him if you're in that area. But let's go to Kentucky for a second.
This is not a drug that's a panacea to cure everything. But if there were more studies and the FDA or John Hopkins or somebody like that would come out and show how it should be used for medicinal and therapeutic values, then I think it would be an easier path forward.
That's Kentucky Senate President Robert Stivers. He said he's open to discussing the issue of legalizing medical marijuana.
Here we are with a $1.9 billion surplus, and he's still looking for more taxes. So I just give you that there, you know, and Morgan and I have a great relationship, but there's a defining moment right there. As to medical marijuana, there's no way you tax medicines in this.
Tilts me to no end when Republicans talk about like money. They always are like, you can never have too much, but you can't. But there is a point when you can charge too much. Like being charged too much is outrageous, but having too much is fine. And they're both this, like, it's the store. Like if the store complained about the store charging too much, like you're the store. Isn't that good for you?
But there's also well-known one, you know, Senator McGarvey talks about brain development. It is adverse to brain development if you're under 25. 2, you're more likely to a psychotic event.
Okay. What about cigarettes then, Palo? What about alcohol? We just gonna, I love that argument is just so stupid, and it shouldn't even be brought up anymore. It shouldn't even be brought up. The whole adverse effects under 25, we get it. We understand it. We know. The same thing can be said for alcohol. Alcohol has adverse effects to people under the age of 25 than marijuana does. So if you have such a big fucking problem with weed, then we should outlaw alcohol. Oh, it didn't work? Weird.
If you have overexposure to THC. And 3, if you smoke it, it has 50% more carcinogens than tobacco does.
So here is the study that he bringing up, which is on drugabuse.gov. Some components of cannabis smoke minimize some carcinogenic pathways, whereas tobacco can enhance them. Both types of smoke contain carcinogens and particulate matter that promotes inflammatory immune responses that may enhance the carcinogenic effects of the smoke. However, cannabis typically down-regulates immunologically generated free radically produced by promoting a Th2 immune cytokine profile. Furthermore, THC inhibits the enzyme necessary to activate some of the carcinogens found in the smoke. So, even though you can find more carcinogens in weed itself helps you from those specific carcinogens. Yeah, and it shows that smoking, even though it has more carcinogens, the effects of smoking cannabis on lungs for 3 decades, and found that even smoking as many as 20,000 joints does not increase the risk of lung cancer. So even though this just goes back to the study that shows that even though there are technically more carcinogens in cannabis smoke, that the carcinogens that are found is not as harmful as tobacco.
I don't see that anybody can sit here like the Johns Hopkins or the FDA or a group like that and say, this is the way it needs to be used. Nobody has been able to put that together.
The reason the FDA and Johns Hopkins and all of these other prestigious universities aren't able to do it, the reason why we don't see any of these studies is because of its scheduling. You will not see any studies come from the FDA or any of these other places because only specific universities are allowed to do scientific research on marijuana, because you have to get a special permit from the government to do those researches. And the government is not going to do or fund research that they have already decided it has no medical benefits. So this only proves that you don't understand how most of government works.
I'll go back. I've been reading the Courier maybe too much. Some people need to read the articles about what's gone on in California with the black market of marijuana, where they've had the cartels get involved and that the violence has gone up. They found a person beheaded and people burned in their cars that were involved in this.
Biggest scare in the history of the entire world. Oh my God. I don't even like touching on these subjects because it's just clearly motivated and racist. You don't have to worry about fucking cartels in Kentucky, okay? This is a scare tactic.
It is not a panacea that people think it is, and go look at Colorado and California and see all the problems they're having right now.
But the people of Kentucky want.
Holy shit. These guys are dumb as hell, bro. I would definitely look into your state. It is a voting year for a lot of states. A lot of people are up for re-election. Make sure that you do your homework. It takes about an hour to research your entire ballot, which is not that much time. You can literally just look up names and you'll be able to see whether or not, you should vote for them or not. A lot of local candidates don't have like websites or anything, so look at their Facebooks. More than likely, they're public. You'll be able to see what posts they're putting on there, what they believe in, what they try to stand for. You might even be able to message them directly. But yeah, that's all we're gonna do for weed news for today. I think I got more than enough.